Hi and welcome to another video, and we're going to kick things off with the latest newborn Highland calf, and this one had just been born and yet amazingly started skipping around, much to my amusement really, and the cow was being very protective, as you can see, but yeah, the calf was having a good old skip around, which was making the other calves quite excited. So we're having a nice little run around on a wet evening in June. So far June is turning out to be wet. Wet. No complaints. It is typical that we would be shearing when the weather has turned. It's not cold though, but it's not exactly pleasant for the sheep, so they are all sheltering. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. And I just spotted Phantom on the lane here. She has really developed a desire to keep jumping out and being a bit mischievous, so she got through a little gap in between the wall and the tree, so we had to patch that back up, and there she is, still with her really distinctive markings. So we probably will keep her, I think, with her distinctive facial mask. And even on the most horrendously blustery day, I'm holding on to the flower head here, you can see the bees hanging on for dear life and working away. Felix and Chase there looking up at me as I was just coming down the field from feeding Bambi. They're always on patrol. And throughout the rain, we continue to be working on the building, desperately trying to get things finished. I'll do a little building tour later on in the video. Good morning, it's Saturday the 13th of June, and it has pretty much not stopped raining since we sheared the sheep on Wednesday, so sucks to be them. Yesterday we were moving some stone around, trying to get some jobs done in between the rain showers. We've got a wall to have built where the new washroom is, a gate to hang, because we're now hoping that we can open on the 4th of July, which is just over 2 weeks away. So time will fly and we'll be open. So things still tick off. Missing the sunshine though now. Rainy days call for hearty food, so I made the beef chili con carne recipe that is going in the cookbook coming out in July. This is the little farm shop that I gave a full going over, tidy and revamp, ready for reopening, fingers crossed, in July. And I have been particularly enjoying the wildflowers and the bees working so hard at this time of year throughout all different weather conditions to just keep going, getting on with their daily work. And as soon as the thistles came into flower, all of the thistles in the fields were just covered in bees, which I just think is amazing. Some people see thistles as a pain, but bees obviously see them as being wonderful. So it's Sunday morning, and I'm just going to creep up on Bambi and call her name because she knows now her name or the sound of her name. Bambi! Bambi! That's you, girl. That's you. And she has grown. She's filled out, she's grown well, she's so much stronger, that's the main thing. And I've got a friend, hopefully for life. And this is the first Highland bull calf, which Dad decided to name Jethro, I think. The other heifers are called Juliet and June. All J's for June theme.
Well, this last week we've had some, I suppose you might say, unsettled weather, but it's been absolutely vital and needed. And the rain has been sort of steady rain, which is just the sort you need to make the, go into the ground rather than these sort of heavy showers that just come and run off. So a week ago, the fields have just, well, these fields here down on the banks have completely gone back to being green, and the hay meadows have really grown this last 2 or 3 days incredibly. So I'm really quite pleased. And the lambs are, well, looking well. I mean, we had a lamb, I'm afraid, dead the other morning in the field, but I get that's par for the course, but they're looking quite good. An old shepherd, I remember telling me years ago, when I asked him what sort of a lambing season he'd had, he said, "I'll tell you, lad, when the last ones are going up the trailer ramp to market." And I think the older I get, I realise how true that is.
And then I was going to ask you about shearing, how it went.
Yeah, well, shearing, we don't have a lot well, we're about 60 odd to shear, and we have a lad to shear them. He's not a full-time farmer, he's a lorry driver. He was a farmer, but he now has a week off to do this shearing. It didn't give a very good week this last week. Well, Monday and Tuesday were okay, but Wednesday booked for me was an unsettled day. But we thought if it was dry overnight, we can get them in, and then no problem. But I heard it raining about 4 o'clock in the night, so I thought, well, that's messed that up. Anyway, when we got up, it was sort of dryish and blowing a slight breeze. And I have a pet sheep, Doris, who was down at the field gate, and I went across to stroke her about 1:30, and I thought, gosh, you're nearly dry. So I rang him up. He says, yes, I'll be with you about 3 o'clock. So we got them in about 2:15, and they are absolutely perfect. It did come rather dashing afterwards, but they have got quite good shelter. But now it's sort of gone back to being very sort of, well, humid again, and it's close. It's vitally done.
What happens to the wool and how much do you get for it?
Joe, I can't give you an exact price this year. Everybody's saying it's even less than usual, so we all sort of reckon that the wool doesn't much more than cover cost of shearing, so maybe it won't do that this year, but it has to be done for welfare reasons, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
This is the latest addition to the tractor collection. I think it actually belongs to my Uncle Peter, and at some point maybe we'll do a full talk and tour through this particular tractor and where it's come from. For now, the boys have just been enjoying tinkering with it. And this is the view looking back down towards the farm. That's the top of the campsite there, the tent that you can see. And yeah, stunning views. Up with the Highland cows. This calf that you see on the left is one of last September's Highland calves. So the majority of them are born in May and June, but we did have a couple that were late calving. And there you can see Mariah and Melinda, the dark calves from this year, both doing well with their big mama Frances. And these spiders' webs were just really capturing my imagination that day. So it is hatching time at the pond, and we have lots and lots of tiny, tiny frogs. which is amazing. Hello. Okay, so building tour time. As you can see, we've got the final door on, and this is the disabled bathroom taking shape a bit more, and the main area is still absolutely full of work tools. Even though they keep clearing it out, it still looks pretty crowded with tools to me. But a bit of painting and decorating going on, mainly work by Nick at this point. Really not long to try and get everything finished off before July. In preparation for the campsite reopening, I've been working on getting the bell tents set up, and the tents, we cleaned them, 2 of them, back in March, and then we halted all the work when lockdown happened. But now, with the season hopefully approaching, I got everything back in place, ready for guests to arrive, and we thought we'd take advantage and spend another night, as the weather was so lovely that day. We thought we'll spend a night in the tent. And so just showing you how I furnish it ready for guests. Everything in there, the bedding, cooking facilities, the little wood burning stove, and the setting of it, I just think, is what makes it. It's just so beautiful and peaceful and secluded. If I lived in a town, I can't imagine how different it would feel, because even me living where I do, I still think it's glorious. So if I live surrounded by houses and things, then I think to come and live here and spend a night in that bed looking out at this view, I think it must just be a really unforgettable experience. So hopefully that's what our guests will think when they come and stay. But a funny little story to finish off the video is that Nick and I, we bedded down in the tent pretty late as it was starting to go dark, and a storm started. And so the rain began to fall really heavily, which was quite relaxing on the tent. But then the thunder and lightning began, and there were some amazing flashes. I managed to capture 1 or 2 of them maybe on camera. And so there's one coming up, I think, to finish off the video. So just wanted to say here, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to bringing you the next instalment of what's been going on very soon. Bye.